Doctor, could you tell us a bit more about your multi-partition encryption codes?
Yeah, so you wanted to rip off a cash machine. How would you break the code?
Assume that you don't want to rip out the automatic teller of a forklift truck. And you have to rely on your brains. First thing we have to remember is not so much the key, but the lock. I have a series of 4 numbers represented by these rows. I see a gap. How does this gap relate to this empty gap? It is a relation of the gap between the numbers that I must program onto a plastic card to get my ill-gotten gains.
I think we've been set up, Dave, prime and proper.
What's your kid's school?
A dirty, perverted bastards. It's just unbelievable.
You can't tamper with evidence. Can you imagine the trouble we'll get into?
Can you imagine the trouble will be if you hand these in? We hand the photographs in, and we're going to be the laughing stock of the police force. And plus, my family's in danger here, Dave.
Oh, you're right, Gordon, aye. But you weren't thinking about your wife and kids when you got caught coming outside the sauna.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that one, Dave. Because if you do hand the photographs in, I'm going to lose my wife, my kids, my home, the whole lot, Dave.
We didn't hand the photos in, we get caught later on, you'll lose your job anyway.
I tell you what then, Dave, hand the photographs in. But you can forget about me and you. That's over with.
Gordon, what choice have I got?
We came into the flat, we burnt them, and that was it. End of story.
Forget about saunas, forget about everything else. The photos must get handed in.
I won't forget about them, Dave, but I'll also forget about the friendship as well.
Gordon, just think about things, man. Gordon, come back!
We won't take the matter any further. Isn't that right, darling?
Isn't it, darling? Wait a minute. You called him darling.
And he isn't even her husband.
Miss Dodds, I'm disappointed. I always thought you had a greater class.
Can you let us go now?
The only place you're going is hell. You're all responsible for where my life turned out, which is fucking nowhere. And guess what, guys? That's where I'm going to send you. Fucking nowhere!
Convenient for yourself and your masters, but you're just stubborn shit. That you were forced to take care of with the... What's this? A rounder's bat?
You're a real little artist, aren't you?
I'm just playing.
Oh, of course you are. Mucking around more like, just like your mother.
You aren't my real father.
Oh, but I am. I'm married to your mother, who's dying, isn't she?
Mummy's not dying. She's going to rest and then she'll get better.
Oh, but she is dying. And when she dies, I'll get the house, I'll get the money, and it'll just be me and you. Of course, if you had a little accident, then I'd get all the money. It says so in your mother's will.
You didn't let me raise. Get out. You shouldn't be there.
Huh? Huh? Stuck. I'm stuck in this stupid sand. Help me. Help me. Help me.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am General Black, the doctor's right-hand man. We've known about your assassination plot for some time now. In fact, we've been following your every move. Not so fast, you lot. You may have succeeded in killing the doctor, but I'm never gonna let you get out of here alive. Shit.